From mansions to starter homes, Riverview City is a big city with a few suburban areas to explore. Experience the nightlife deep within the city and try to understand the mysterious locals. Whether you're a rich sim or a poor sim, you'll find something here that suits your needs. And if you want to spice things up, why not try to gather everyone's secrets? Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We're here today with another Sims 2 custom neighbourhood overview, and we were recommended to try out Riverview City, so that's where we are today. Now, first impressions, this neighbourhood is massive. I have a camera mod in my game, so I can look at the full map. It's definitely recommended you have this mod installed just so you can see all the lots and everything clearly. So I think with the Sims 2 camera alone, you would struggle. But there is a massive amount of things in this neighbourhood. So let's just go into a couple details about the hood, and then we will jump into the stories and try and see the families. So first up, we have got 17 community lots. We have 56 residential lots, 3 empty residential lots, and 1 residential beach lot. And then we have a total of 11 playable families in this hood, as well as a selection of townies that come with this neighbourhood with a range of different ages. So there is a lot here. One thing I do want to say before we go sort of any further in, I have been told that this neighbourhood can lag a bit in the neighbourhood screen, like where I am now, but it should be fine in the households. And another thing, this is not a CC free neighbourhood, so this one does have some custom content in it. However, it is all sort of decorational custom content, and I do not have it in my game. I didn't install anything because I wasn't really sure what all it required. I think it's just a couple wallpapers, they have some default replacement trees, and just a couple other little decorational things, but I wasn't sure if I wanted it in my game, so I do not have it. So hopefully things will look pretty close to what the actual creator has envisioned. And as always, if you're interested in this neighbourhood, a link to download it will be down below. So let's have a look at the neighbourhood story. Okay, there's not one. I guess we will just go house to house and have a look at the families that way. So let's start off here with the Crumplebottom family. So this is Bertha Crumplebottom, the evil witch. Bertha Crumplebottom has always been loved by everyone. She is a kind, lovable mother who has helped the community in more ways than one. Her eldest son seems to resent her, but why? Recently widowed, it seems that everyone who's had a negative interaction with Bertha always eventually moves out of town. Does this sweet, lovely lady have that much power in the town? And then this is what she looks like. So interesting. I'm just going to say again, some of the wording in the description seems a little bit off, but it's fine. Uberleben? Redacted is one of the most paranoid Sims since the passing of his wife Olivia. He has his theories, but is not brave enough to share them just yet. The only person he trusts are his 2 boys and his best friend Tommy Crumplebottom. Since their father has moved and locked them in the compound, the boys are not allowed to see their friends anymore. Will they be able to stay sane being isolated at home? This family sounds very interesting. That's one I might want to take a little look in at. So we have the Cat family. Katie Cat wants nothing to do with the town's drama since the passing of her recent parent. She wants to do nothing but raise a family of cats. I love that. Will it get too much for her to train and raise so many wonderful cats, or will she end up stressed and alone? And what of her neighbour, Dobre? Seems... Sorry, I'm struggling a bit with the reading here. Dobre seems that he is the total opposite. He even has several dogs. Will they ever get past the initial cats versus dogs scenario and find true love within themselves? Okay, so there is a suggested romance here. That's interesting. Oh my god. I love that. That's obviously a pun on Doberman. So I guess it's not pronounced Dobre at all. But I love that. Dober wants a big family, a big dog family. With the rivalry between him and his neighbour Katie, will he ever be able to achieve this goal? Okay, so there's a bit of like conflicting scenarios here. Katie seems to believe that she's going to fall in love with him, and he's like, nah, like, we're mortal enemies. Speaking of Katie, on appearances they are polar opposites, but in reality they must just be what they are both looking for in sim form. Will Dolber act on these whims, or is he content with just him and his dogs? So that's a little bit of fun there. That's sort of a little jokey pairing I like. We have another Crumplebottom family. Julian and Lucian Crumplebottom, best friends forever and also two twin brothers. Or twin brothers. Their whole lives they had everything the same. They met their partners at the same time. They even had a double wedding. However, since Julian caught his wife cheating on him, he had to pack up and move in with his brother again, whilst he rebuilds his life. Can he catch up now he is the only one without children? And how does this change the family dynamic? Okay, so that's a bit interesting. I also like that they're obviously twin brothers, and it looks very much like they've had twins there. So that's fun. So we're just going to jump over here. We have a bachelor. Jasper Bachelor has waited his entire life for Bertha to be ready, though recently has got into some light-hearted fun with Zoe. Jasper lives the life of extreme wealth and luxury, almost being the top of the show business career. Will he find something that fills that hole? Other than Zoe. And what about Zoe's secret surprise? Will he live long enough to know what it is? Okay, I'm guessing Zoe's pregnant. I am guessing Zoe is pregnant. So here we have another Crumplebottom family. Tommy Crumplebottom has always felt neglected by his parents and always felt pushed to the side whilst this mother built up the family diner. Now as a parent himself, will he learn from his mother's mistakes, or is it too late for his teenage daughters? Will he ever get over the grudge towards his much younger brothers that has put a wedge in their relationship their whole lives? He just cannot shake the feeling that they were favoured more than he was. But why? Okay, so one thing I'm noticing here, there is a lot of Crumplebottom families. So far, 4 of the households, I think, are Crumplebottom. So this is going to be quite a difficult neighbourhood to progress, I think. Within a couple of generations, I feel like there's going to be a lot of inbreeding in this neighbourhood unless you introduce more Sims. So if you're wanting to do like sort of rotational playstyle with this, you would have to be prepared to introduce a lot of new families. So I do think this would be quite a big undertaking based on like first impressions. A lot of people in the Landgrab household. Interesting, they're all redheads as well. I find that an interesting choice. With retirement looming for the Landgrab elders, the family business must land on their only son and heir, Malcolm. He has other ideas. Adamant that a daughter couldn't run the family business, Amelia is determined to prove to her father that she is in fact ready to run the business. She just might have something to make her father proud. And their new bodyguard, Henry, will he have the same fate as his predecessors? Okay, that's interesting. I like that. We've got a Moore family. Rebecca wants to have that big wedding and the family that comes with it. After being dumped several times just before the wedding day, she now has to raise 4 children on her own. Why is it just when she's about to walk down the aisle, they break up with her by post to never be seen again? She doesn't want to rely on Bertha again, as she has already been a big help so far. Will she try again, or will she learn from past mistakes? Interesting. And a Harrison family. Zoe Harrison, a woman who knows what she wants and would usually get it too. How long will it take for her to rebuild her life post-divorce? Will she finally settle down with the right man, or will it be too late for her to start a family? When and if she decides to ever start one, who will it be with? Some say she might be taking too many risks, but that could mean big changes coming her way if she's not sensible. Okay, I think we've managed to hit all the households. So, as I said, I definitely think this is going to be a sort of big undertaking for our neighbourhood. One thing I'm absolutely loving is the sort of throwbacks to like classic Sims names. So we have Bachelor, we've got Crumplebottom, we've got Landgrab. So I think that is really interesting. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to do the usual. We're going to jump into a couple of the households, take a look at their relationships, memories, see if they have bios, and then we'll look at a couple of the community lots. So the first house I wanted to jump into was the Überleben house, just because that was described as a compound. And a compound it is. So there are these big concrete walls that go all around the lot, which is really interesting. So I am just going to put the walls down on half view, just because it's going to make it easier to look inside. We have sort of a gym, we've got a telescope, the easels, so we have a lot of like sources of skills, which is nice. We have the ability to plant, so that's also good. We can grow our own food. So let's have a little look here at our Sims. Okay. So just looking, sorry, I'm still looking at the house. I like it. I think it's well done. It fits the job for what it is. It's not meant to be a cozy family home, you know. This is a compound. So we're just going to start here. So this person is actually called Redacted. I do think that's quite funny. They are a family sim and they want to have 6 grandchildren. He wants to resurrect his wife and he wants to fall in love again, as well as seeing both of his sons become overachievers. So he's friends with one of his sons, Elias, but not with Felix. He's also friends with Jasper Bachelor, and then he has a lot of... Okay. He has minus relationship with Emily Crumplebottom, but they're still friends. He's not really friendly with anyone else. Okay. Enemies with Bertha, and also a friend with Tommy. So the way the sort of relationship panel's a bit set out is it's quite strange because you can't fully see who his friends are. So he has like 3, maybe 2 friends that aren't his sons. There is a nice full fleshed out family tree here, so I do really enjoy that. So we have got Hank and Theresa, who had Carl, and then Ken and Christy, who had Shelley, who then had him, and he was married to Olivia, who also had parents, which is again really nice to see. And then there is Elias and Felix, so that's good. He doesn't have a job, but he does have skills, so it does seem like the Sims are quite fleshed out, which I like. Let's just double check. There is no bio for this sim, so that's a bit of a downer in my opinion. And there is no hobby, like enthusiasm. They do have memories though, so that's, you know, we're going to add points back in. There is memories. So he had just standard toddler ones. Shelley died. He met Olivia, obviously high school sweethearts. He got a job in the military career. They got married. They had 2 children. He maxed out his body skill. You know, he worked really high up in his career. He got in a fight with Bertha, who then there was a fire and he became enemies with Bertha. So to me that implies that Bertha caused the fire which killed Olivia. So then obviously he quit his job and he moved his family into this compound. He likes makeup and red hair and does not like witchiness. So then we'll go here to Elias. Elias is a knowledge sim who wants to become a celebrity chef. I'm not entirely sure if the lifetime wishes and things have been, you know, tailored to the Sims or if it's just like the random ones. But he likes fitness, creative, and doesn't like stink. So he has much of the same memories, standard toddler, and then his mum died and they moved in here. No hobby again. And again, no bio. Elias here does have quite a few friends though. So he's good with his brother and his dad, and JJ, Joshua, Amelia, Bertha. He's also friends with Julia. So he's friends with almost all the teens, I think. And again, they know almost everyone in town. So, I mean, that's fun. And then we have Felix, who, again, friends with his brother. Basically, all the same people that his brother is friends with, he is also friends with. They're both C students. Neither of them have jobs. Again, no bio, no hobby again. And then the same memories. So, again, the upside is there is memories, but I don't know, I would personally prefer there to be obviously a bio and hobby enthusiasm for The Sims as well. But that's just my own preference. So he likes a hard worker, a mechanical, and he doesn't like stink. So that is the Uberleben family. I am sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, and again, please correct me if I'm not. But that is them. I do find the family story quite interesting, and I do like the idea of a compound. Something different that I've not really seen done before in a neighbourhood, so I'm loving it. But yeah, let's go jump into the next family. So the next family we're going to take a look at is one of the Crumple bottom families. I decided to look into the one with the twin brothers because I thought that sounded quite interesting. And here is a little overview of the house. The house is cute. I do like the house. I think that's one thing about this neighbourhood. All the buildings are very nicely made. Oh, they do have a Mr. Humble computer. So this is obviously where the brother lives, in the little sort of porta cabin out the back. We do have a double garage, which is nice. And then here's like the main family home. I'm not sure if I'm maybe missing like some default replacements or something that the original creator had, because personally I wouldn't choose that bedding for the master bedroom, but you know, it is what it is. I do like that there is room for this family to expand. So here is the, oops, we're in a tree. Here's the main family. So we have got Lucian here, who is a congressperson, and he has the skills and everything. And that's his wife, not very close with his children or his brother, which I find strange because they have this double wedding and everything, but they don't have a good relationship. Then he's friends with Doberman, Derek Cartwright, Melissa Cartwright, Katie Cat. So yeah, he does have some friends, and again, they know almost everyone in the neighbourhood. They do also have an enemy in Zoe, which is Zoe must be the ex-wife, so I mean, that kind of makes sense. Again, no bio, so that's fine. We'll just have a look at the memories. Standard toddler memories. Tommy graduated, so Tommy is the older brother, which is nice, but he grew up badly. Engaged, married, fell in love. His brother and himself both graduated. So I do think it's nice they've tied in other expansion packs into this neighbourhood. So we do have sort of the Witch's apartment life. We've had university. You know, I do find that really nice that they have tried to include as much gameplay as they could. Just a little aside, because I didn't mention this earlier, this hood does require all expansions as far as I'm aware. But let's go back into the memories. So they got, yeah, him and his brother basically got married at... They didn't really get married at the same time because there's a promotion memory that's come up in between and he wouldn't be working on their wedding day. So, I mean, that's no biggie though. That's not a massive deal at all. He inherited money from John, which I guess is his father, and then Julian broke up. There is nice, full, fleshed out family trees though, which I like that. So there is 3 Crumple bottom children. So Bertha is their mother. And then they had Oscar and Ophelia. So here we have Karen. She is a fortune sim who wants to become chief of medicine. Oh, he's popularity. Oh, who wants to become mayor. So it does look like the lifetime wishes have been like tailored towards the Sims. That is a really nice touch that I do like. And he does want to become closer to his children, which I think is nice as well. So if I was playing this, I would probably take that as a hint for maybe secondary family. So yeah, standard toddler memories. She fell in love with Lucian and grew up. So I'm guessing, from the looks of things, he was... Yeah, he was an adult when he met Karen. Ooh, that's a bit gross. So, yeah, he would have been like through his university years and graduated before he met Karen and they fell in love, because she does have the grew up well memory after that. That's a bit gross. Then I'm guessing that's her parents. You know, they got married, they had their kids, you know, all that good stuff. Here we have, you know, standard toddler memories, people dying, Julian broke up. They have almost the exact same memories, but she's obviously younger, so doesn't have the added family, which is fine. friends with a toddler. And Jessica Cartwright, they're friends with their grandma. So yeah, there is a lot of sort of room, you know, for them to grow and like make new friends and everything. I do like that some relationships are already established. That's always fun. So let's go and take a look at Julian. I do love the sort of little portable home in the back garden, sort of like quickly thrown up shed type thing. I do really enjoy that. So Julian is friends with Derek Cartwright, has some chemistry with Katie Catt and Rebecca Moore. And that's about it. Enemies with his ex-wife, obviously. He's a knowledge sim who wants to become a space pirate. He's in that career, which is nice. This household does have a lot of friends. There's still no bios. Why do I keep looking? So then we'll have a look here at, ooh, his wife cheated on him. That's spicy. I like it. So yeah, basically the same memories as his brother. They grew up well. They all went to university. You know, they got married. And then he caught his wife cheating. So they obviously split up. Lost Zoe and John. Did she cheat on him with his dad? Oh, that is messy. Oh my goodness. There is a bit of clipping here with the tree. But other than that, this is a beautiful lot. I do really like this house. I do think it's really well made. I do think that about everything I've seen so far in the neighborhood, everything is really well made. I do like it. We're just going to jump into one more family and then we'll take a look at community lots. So the final family that I wanted to take a look at was the Landgrab family. You can't look at a Sims neighborhood, see the name Landgrab and not immediately want to go in. And this is definitely a very Landgrab home. Just look at the sheer size of this lot. This is insane. This is incredible. I love it. So we're just going to do, as we always do, a quick overview of the house. We'll have a little look in at this mansion. And then we'll take a look at the Sims. So there are some very fancy cars out here on the dry. We have got a gigantic kitchen, a dining room, lovely sort of welcome area, double bathroom. This must be like their home library, which I would love. Please, can I have this? Oops, we don't want to go downstairs. So we have got some bedrooms up here, you know, a little sort of seating area. I would maybe replace this with like a sofa, but I like that. I like that. Maybe the master bedroom here, because this again is massive. A lovely sort of bath with like a feature area. I love that. And then we have a lot of room up here for expansion if we chose to. So it is a massive home, but it is only 3 bedrooms, which, you know, I was expecting a bit more, but you know, obviously a lot of it is just kind of empty space just to make it look a bit more like architecturally stunning, which if we're honest, this does. And it is nice that you do have room for expansion if you need to. I don't really know where your bodyguard lives though, because this will be the master bedroom for Malcolm Landgrab the 7th and Lady Grey. Henry will be the bodyguard, and then we have Malcolm Landgrab the 8th and Amelia. Yeah, so this will be either Malcolm and Amelia's room. So here we have Malcolm Landgrab the 7th. He is Fortune Sim who wants to become a criminal mastermind. I love it. So he is a smuggler and does have the skills for promotion. So that is exciting. He can still work up his career. He has full chemistry with his wife. He's friends with his bodyguard Henry. Does not get on with his son, which is strange considering the son is meant to be taking on the business. He's having an affair with Zoe Harrison. Friends with Jasper. That's a bit disgusting, but it's all good. Does not get on with Bertha and has zero relationship with like everyone else in the neighborhood. So I feel like, I guess it's probably a mod that does it, but I do feel like this should probably just be culls from like the relationship panel. And then you just have the ones that your sim actually has. Like, that's one thing I don't like about he knows all these, like, acquaintances, but it just kind of clogs up the relationship. He wants to see the ghost of his son. Like, mate, chill. Again, no bio. So memory-wise, let's take a little look. So Duchess Frida died. We should actually probably look at the family tree first, just so I know who everyone is. So the Landgrab family goes back a long way, and they've always apparently married into aristocracy, which I think is, you know, it's probably true to life. Like, you would sort of mix within your own circles, especially back in the day. Let's go back and have a look at the memories. So yeah, Duchess Frida died. He has his toddler skills. Duke Anthony died. Got a good inheritance. He lost a fight with Bertha. And met Lady Grey. Very first kiss with Lady Grey. Snuck out with Lady Grey. Graduated with honours. That's exciting. So he fell in love after university. And then they got engaged. He got his job, promotions, maximised some skills. They had Malcolm. So he did teach Malcolm to talk, which is quite nice. So he has had sort of a more hands-on role. He had an affair with Zoe. And he grew up well. So he's only just aged into an elder. And here we have Lady Grey, who is a couple years younger than him. So there's a bit of an age gap, but not anything too crazy. She wants to become a professional party guest. I do find it interesting that they have her working as well. Obviously, a family of the Landgrab status probably wouldn't work. I feel like they would be very sort of traditionalist, and the men would go into business, and then the women would stay home and look after the children. That's 100% not a view that I have, but I do feel that is a view that the Landgrab family would have. And that's just my own personal headcanon, so obviously it's like no shade to the Neighbourhood or anything. I do find it interesting that they have picked Lady Grey Landgrab to be a home video editor. I personally don't feel that the slacker career really suits them, but that's, again, just me. So their relationships, she's friends with the bodyguard and a couple other, I'm guessing these are townies, or no, this is redacted, and Zoe Harrison. Okay, yeah, no, I think the only one that's a townie might be the Cartwright family. So she does fear having a baby, and it's interesting she's a romance sim, because it's the husband that has cheated, not her. So she's just had the sort of very similar memories to her husband. Yeah, basically the exact same memories minus a couple deaths. So here we have Henry Parker, who's a family sim, and he wants to reach his golden anniversary. So he has his toddler skills. I'm guessing that's his parents. And he got a job in the criminal career. So he's a getaway driver. So he's obviously Malcolm's bodyguard due to their career. And he does not have the skills for promotion, which is fine. You know, that's something you can work towards with your Sims. And yeah, they've got a full family tree as well. I do like that it goes back a couple of generations as well. I do think that's a really nice touch. Again, I am very sad that there are no bios here, just because I do think it would be interesting to have the sort of basis of their story and their character, and, like, you know, what the creator envisioned their arc being. I mean, in a way it's nice because you get complete and utter freedom, but at the same time, it's something I use to help me get to know the Sims when I'm playing them. So I am sad that he doesn't have one. I just want to know why they have the bodyguard living with them. Like, I want to know the backstory. I feel like there's a lot more that could still be fleshed out here. Then we'll move on to Malcolm, who is an adult. He wants to become a captain hero who's working in the criminal career. So I'm guessing he's going to have this sort of big thing after his father dies and breaks free of the sort of land grab business, you know? I guess he's not into that life and he wants to go on a different path, which I find quite interesting. So he obviously has his standard toddler memories. He snuck out with Henry. Is Henry his partner? Okay, that's interesting. So Henry has a crush on Malcolm, and they do have full chemistry, which I find very interesting. I'm kind of guessing the other Malcolm the Seventh, probably wouldn't approve of that. So that is interesting that they're sort of geared to have this romance together. I find that very interesting, though they haven't really progressed it. You know, they've not had their first kiss or anything. He's also graduated with honours. And then we have Emilia, who wants to become a criminal mastermind. So kind of alludes to the family bio that she wants to take over the family business and make her father proud. So she has... Oh, that was Malcolm graduated. I was going to say, she can't graduate. She's only a teenager. And so, you know, she'll obviously be looking to going to university and things and then taking over the business. Or maybe if her father's health deteriorates, she might not be able to go to university. She does have a sort of side project in the family business just now. She's a numbers runner. Only a C in school though. So, you know, that's something, again, she would need to work at. And yeah, that is her. That is her. So... very nice house overall. Interesting family. I just wish there were bios. That's the main thing for me. I really wish there were bios. Henry's house. Okay. So there is room for Henry after all. So this is obviously like the bodyguard's quarters. Very sort of humble in comparison to the mansion. I love the way that is disguised in there. And I do think that's sort of very true to life, you know, having like the gatehouse and things. I really enjoy this. So let's go take a look at some of the community lots. The first one I want to have a look at is the Shakespeares Arms. So this is a local pub. The Shakespeares Arms is a local watering hole, a snug seat with plenty of space to play pool, have a drink, mix with all sorts of people from rich and poor. I think that sounds really interesting, so let's just jump in. So here we have the Shakespeares Arms. First impressions, very well made lot, a nice size. There's a little beer garden with a playground, which is very reminiscent of the pubs over here. Let's just pop the walls down. So it actually looks like there is a sort of guest house facility. So this would probably be like a small bed and breakfast type thing. There is room to play pool, and then obviously a kitchen for like bar meals and things. Then you would come out here into like the main sort of area. For this being the local watering hole though, I don't actually see a bar. Oh no, never mind. It's right in front of my face. It's right in front of my face. Ignore me. I really like this lot. I think it's incredibly well made. And this is definitely the kind of lot that I think would be really good for storytelling. Because just it does have, you know, the rooms upstairs so you can sort of simulate going away for a night or whatever, having the sort of meal away from home. It's not, it even functions as a restaurant actually. Now I see the sort of dining thing here. So I think that's really interesting. I do really like this lot, and I do think this lot has a lot of potential to be used for like sort of let's plays, machinimas, even just your storytelling screenshots. I think this lot is amazing. A very, very well made community lot that I would love to have in my game. The next community lot we're going to have a look at is Blue Bowls and Arcade. So as soon as I saw this name, I did have to come and check out this lot, just because I'm not entirely sure if Blue Bowls is meant to be an innuendo or not. But to me, as soon as I saw Blue Bowls, I just kind of thought blue balls. So I wanted to kind of check this lot out. But Blue Bowls and Arcade is the perfect spot to have an outing. Sit at the bar, order drinks and play bowling. Fed up that you kept losing? Try your luck at the arcade upstairs. So this sounds like a really fun community lot, so I'm excited to see what it looks like. Here we are in Blue Bowls and Arcade, and just if we look around here in tab mode, you can just see how full this world is. So I'm pretty sure this is like a collection of lots over here. I think there's a clothes shop, there's a park around here, so you know there is a lot to do. And then over here we have this really fun like plaza area that runs through the middle. Very nice. I do like that. I like the sort of attention to detail here. I'm not entirely sure where the front of this lot is. Are these doors? I'm not entirely sure. So here we have the sort of upstairs arcade. This looks very cool. I do like it. I love the flamingo lights. I think this is sort of a nice lounge bar. I do really enjoy that. Look, I imagine they sell like funky cocktails and things, which I think is really fun. Obviously, you've got your arcade up here, which is a bit more sort of relaxed. And if we go downstairs, are these doors? No, that's a window. Okay, the main door is here. So I guess this is like your sort of check-in area. This is probably be where you would get your shoes. So I mean, personally, if I was playing in... So I put the walls up just... Yeah, okay. Personally, if I was playing in this, I would probably want to make like a little display area back here just to kind of imitate the shoe collection. This is where you would give your shoes. You would go in your bowling shoes and things. Or maybe build... as like a separate desk over there just to kind of imitate that. But over here we do have like the pool area, which is nice. We do have some bathrooms, the sort of standard bathroom hallway, and then we have the bowling alley. So this is a very fun community lot. This would definitely be a good place for your teens to hang out, a good date location, just a really fun and interactive place you can take your Sims. Like in the sort of Sims 2 base neighborhoods and things, I do find that the community lots are not very interactive. Like you take your Sims there and there's not really a lot to do. So I do really appreciate lots like these which provide so many different activities for your Sims. The only thing is, I think it is a really pretty lot, but the arcade doesn't seem to fit it as much. Like it's sort of carrying on this blue theme throughout and it looks really good. And then the arcade just looks a bit dingier in comparison, which I would maybe want to continue the blue through here. And we could still maybe use that as like a feature wall or something. Yeah, that would be my thoughts. I would probably give a little makeover to the arcade area. But overall, very good community lot. And I do really like this one. Am I morbid for wanting to check out the cemetery that comes with this neighbourhood? Probably, because this is the second time I'm doing it. But as someone who is a family player that, you know, typically spans generations, including a neighbourhood, including a cemetery in the neighbourhood is a massive box ticked for me. I do like having, you know, a specific place that I can put the graves of my, you know, dead citizens in. I do like that it's already been created, so you don't have to download or build any like extra lots for this. That is a massive plus for me. Here we are in the cemetery. First impressions, very nice looking lot. I guess these are maybe meant to be like little mausoleums maybe, and here's like the main crypt of the cemetery, and we have like the little graves here. So you can place like 2 gravestones on each of these. So you do have a lot of room for graves. I do kind of wish as well we maybe had a couple of single plots too, just for like the townies and things that didn't marry. But I guess this is obviously like the legacy family estate. So, you know, you would want to put your main Sims in here. And then obviously you've got the, as I said, the big crypt here. You could probably have more in each of these little like ducats. But yeah, I really like it. You have a lot of room for your Sims here. It's a nice simple lot. And again, I think this one would be really good for storytelling purposes. It's a really well built cemetery. And it does what it needs to do. You know, a cemetery is literally just a final resting place. You know, you don't need to have like food stalls or this, that, and the next thing. It is just for you to come and visit the departed, you know? So no, I really enjoy this lot. I think it does have a lot of space for your Sims to go. And I really like it. So there we go. That is our brief look at Riverview City. Now my sort of final thoughts on this neighbourhood. One, there is a lot of families here. So 11 sort of families to start with. It's quite big for me. I'm not sure how well I would be able to cope playing this rotationally, which is how I enjoy playing Sims 2. But you know, if you're someone that likes sort of uber hoods, mega hoods, that kind of thing, then this neighbourhood you'd fit right at home in. I was warned before downloading this that it would lag a bit in the neighbourhood screen. I haven't had any issues with it lagging. I've not had any issues with this neighbourhood at all. And even though I don't have the custom content that the creator used when building this neighbourhood, None of the things I have looked at seems out of place. So the custom content is entirely optional. You do not need it. Everything I've looked at looks good. It looks well done. All the lots are very detailed, very well made. I really enjoy this neighbourhood. I think this is a very, very well made neighbourhood, and I can just imagine, you know, the hours upon hours of work that has gone into this. So as I said while we were going through it, a couple of like my slight gripes would be that there are no sort of predetermined hobbies for The Sims, and there is no bio. So that's just me being nitpicky. That's the kind of things I enjoy. I enjoy bios for Sims, and I do think having the hobby enthusiasm, you know, already in, or their sort of predestined hobby and things already showing, just shows that they've sort of lived a life before now. But another positive, I do really like how they've integrated all the expansion packs. I do like how the sort of wealthy families have graduated university. I do like the inclusion of the Crumple bottoms and the land grabs, two absolute powerhouses in Sims lore. So I really enjoy that. Overall, this is a very nice neighbourhood. I would definitely recommend checking it out. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. So that brings me to my next thing. If you have any sort of Sims 2 custom hoods you'd like me to take a look at, please just suggest them down below, because I love doing this kind of thing. I think it's really interesting, and it might even help me find something I want to play. So definitely recommend your custom hoods down below. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, because that would mean the world to me. And I really do hope that you guys have enjoyed this. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye!